This is the Bavaria R40 Coupe. It is a coupe version of the R40 Flybridge that was launched last year. It uses the same hull, same engine options, but without the weight of that top deck and a lower centre of gravity, it should be even more fun to drive out on the water. Base price for this boat, around £360,000. We've got a great day for the test today, lots of sun, plenty of wind about, so let's get going. The R40 is pretty much 40 feet on the nose, so Bavaria didn't have a huge amount of room to play with, but they've been smart because above this optional hydraulic platform is where you find your grille and sink. Now if they tried to squeeze this into the cockpit itself, it would have been way too cramped, but here you're clear of the cockpit but still in the action, same level of everybody sitting there in the cockpit, works really nicely. Then when you move back in, you notice you have a nice wrap of seating. I like that it comes all the way around. You also have big cup holders set into the armrests, same over that side. They've managed to include a section that lifts out on this side so you can walk onto the side deck more easily. Above you have an electronic roof to open up this area to the sunshine when it's out like it is today. And this fridge section here, this is an option. Just make sure your beers aren't too far away. However, I think they could have done a bit more with the top of this. It's just completely blank at the moment. Some cup holders, splash of teak would have been useful. And below my feet is where you gain access to the engine room. But one of the R40's key selling points is down in the accommodation. So let's go and have a look at that. And that key selling point is here. A full beam midships master cabin on a 40-foot sports cruiser. And what I really like about it is it doesn't feel like they've just squeezed it in to say that it's got a mid cabin. It actually works okay. Headroom pretty restricted over the bed and over to this side, but as you come in through the door and on this side of the cabin you can stand fully up next to the wardrobe and you have this lovely big bed as well, and of course you have a double cabin forward too with its own bathroom. This is also en suite. 2 big cabins, 2 bathrooms on a 40-footer. Pretty extraordinary. So there's nothing too out of the ordinary about the saloon. I think the colour scheme on this boat works really well. It's got oak cabinetry, there's a walnut option, but this one has the oak with the Wenge floor, grey upholstery, looks really smart, modern, clean and easy to look after. The galley could probably do with a fiddle on this edge here so that stuff doesn't roll off, but they have fitted those on these 3 eye-level lockers and they've all got nice powerful rams that keep these lockers open. 2 engine options on the R40 Coupe. You can either have Volvo Penta's D6 330s or what this boat has got, the 370s. And they're about a £30,000 premium over the 330s, but they are a fantastic match for the boat. Performance is superb, both out the hole, over the hump, acceleration wise, and top speed today on a pretty grisly, choppy day. We got up to 36, 37 knots, really very comfortably. And of course, because it's twin stern drives, the handling is absolutely spot on. Lovely and smooth, agile, reacts nice and quickly to the helm, but plenty of grip, never slips, never slides, and it means that on a choppy day like this, especially downwind, you can so easily navigate the boat through the worst of the chop. It's a really engaging thing to drive. And a lot of that also comes down to the driving position, which is very good. Save the fact that the throttles are a little bit far away from me for my liking. I'd like to see them a bit further back here. The rest of the position, very good. You sit nice and high. I haven't used any tab at all today to alter the view out, maybe to counter for the wind on the beam, but certainly not to give myself a good view. You've got 2 bucket seats by the helm and then 1 more over to port, so you can have 3 people all facing forward on passage, which is great. The helm, lovely and clear. Okay, these materials are a little bit shiny, but at least they're a dark colour, so there's not too much glare. It's really clearly laid out, and as standard you get the screen in front of you, but there's the option to have this one here, which I think is great. It's in front of the navigator, it means that they can use that, whilst the skipper can use this one, and you can have 2 totally different readouts. The other thing I like is this big side door. Great for ventilation, as you can see. Also means that the skipper can easily get out onto the side deck, talk to crew, help with the crewing, and you've even got a window to port that's almost as big that you could actually get out of the side deck with as well. So something that the coupe version of this boat has over the Flybridge is of course a sunroof. It's a fiberglass affair on this boat, peels back at the touch of a button, and it means that because you've got this nice raised driving position, the skipper can stand like I am now, put your head out, you look all around, really nice, gives you a great view, especially if you're going into somewhere you don't know particularly well or when you're berthing. It's really handy. It's a really impressive overall package, the R40 Coupe. This thing down here, the full beam master cabin, is a true difference maker. It really is quite special for a boat of this size, and there's a lot to like elsewhere as well. Goes really well out on the water, handles brilliantly, performance is great. As I said, having these 3 forward facing seats is really beneficial. Now, it's not your classic sports cruiser in that it's got fantastic deck spaces. There's not a huge amount of outdoor space apart from the bow, sun pads, and of course the L-shaped seating in the cockpit, but I think actually for Northern Europe this will work really well. You can use it all year round. You've got the sunroof for when it's nice weather, and it's a really good complete package.